So Arch is making it quite simple. There are two types of people. One group of people want to join the hobby, and the other group of people, they want to change the hobby. And if you allow them to change the hobby, you get Dungeons and Dragons, right? Where all the effort from the actual team, instead of being focused on improving the story, creating new and beautiful adventures, new spells, balancing the game. Now their entire focus is on lecturing the community about important life aspects that put food on your table, like sexismus, misogynismus, transphobismus, racismus. Like they're now, I guess, like a corporation that is going to fix racismus in America, and they happen to make some board games on the side. Like that's Dungeons and Dragons, in case you haven't followed that, right? When they make a new card game, it's like, oh, what can we genetically alter? I know, Aragon. Well, Aragon is white. It doesn't sit right. Let's cast the spell. Cast the spell. Change his genetics. Change his heretics. Go back in time. Make his parents fuck their... now he is... Now it's progressive. It is diverse. That's literally their concern. Okay? Like, this is what their main focus is on. Alongside with, like, removing jokes from the game. We can't have evil races anymore. We can't have half races anymore. You know, like this is what it goes. This is what happens when you allow them to change the hobby. The sales are going down. People are abandoning the hobby. And it was all to make the hobby more inclusive, more diverse. It's like, where is it? Like, I heard people in Romania talk about Dungeons and Dragons a couple of years ago. Now no one is talking about it, right? And of course, you know, once they do that, they notice people are leaving, so they start becoming greedy fucks. Like most corporations do, you know? And they're like, let's revert our code of conduct. Let's stop, you know, let's mess with Pathfinder. Let's mess with all the other corporations that are relying on our service. Because this is what happens, you know, like woke people are some of the most greedy people on the face of the planet. Like, I haven't seen more cutthroat capitalists than the woke. Like, they're extreme left on social issues. But my fucking god, like, those people would jump in a sewer if a fucking corner man... But my fucking god, those same people would jump in a sewer if you accidentally dropped a quarter there. Like, I can see the CEO of these woke companies just like, you know, you accidentally drop a little nickel and it like immediately just jumps into the well after it. This is the type of behavior that they have. It's bewildering. But anyway, right, so... there are a lot of individuals, especially with 40k. This is called entryism, by the way, if you're not aware. It's part of the left-leaning philosophy. It's being taught in academia. It's about gaining control of a group in order to subvert it or destroy it. Like this is what they teach people in academia nowadays, right? So like you join an institution or a group, and the purpose is to either subvert it, to promote left-leaning ideology, or destroy it if you can't. So entryism starts with, first of all, demanding access. In the case of a video game, right, it's not like an exclusive club, so they already are in there. The second one is demand accommodation, which is what's happening here. Like, the tourists are demanding accommodation. They're like, oh, female space marines, blah, blah, blah. Right? To show that they have the power, to basically get their foot in the door. After that, they will demand a seat at the table. After they get a seat at the table, they will demand to control the table. So basically, like, control the institution. And after that, they want to control the room. So when they start controlling the room, they just basically decide, it's like, okay, well, anyone that's slightly right to Stalin doesn't get to be in here, right? It's when they start being selectively offended. Like, a person can misgender them, and it's fine if they're a leftist. But if a right-winger does it, then he needs to be excommunicated. It's that type of shit, right? You know the tactics by now. So anyway, in the case of Warhammer, it's an interesting situation because they do have a seat at the table. But at the same time, like, there is gatekeeping, so they can't get the changes that they want in order to be accommodated. And you need to like, keep gatekeeping. Well, like, I will make another video explaining what gatekeeping is, because it's not about preventing them from buying the game, because you can't do that, you know, like, and they can't do that to you either. Like, literally everyone can play the game. Gatekeeping is about, like, not allowing them to change the culture, which basically is to show that the people who are selling the product, that the people that are demanding entryism are a fringe minority. They do not speak for the entire community. Like, that's what gatekeeping is. But like, one of the things that really upsets the tourists that I've noticed, and it works, especially on Twitter, is to point out their numbers. Like, they're really getting livid about it, right? So, like, if you have a person that says, you need to make these changes in order to get more women involved, right? And you point out, dude, you have 200 followers on Twitter. The fuck do you know about popularity? And usually, you know, like measuring numbers online, measuring e-penises, as we used to say, is not something that is nice to do. But in this situation, it applies because it's about popularity, right? Like, they think that they know what it would make the game more popular. And I'm like, okay, well, if that's the case, why don't you have an account with 50,000 people? Like, why are you, from your 200 views account, lecturing someone like Arch about what is and what isn't popular? They get really livid when you point it like that. And you can even go further. You can say, okay, so you believe that if the game doesn't have enough female representation, it's a problem. How many women follow your account, though? And then you can mock them. You can say, like, why don't you change your avatar? Just change your avatar to a loli or something. Like, maybe you would attract more women. You know, like change your avatar to an anime guy. Change it to, I don't know, one of those Holostars individuals. Like, put it like that. Maybe you'll attract some women on Twitter, right? Like, why aren't you being inclusive? Like, start mocking them. Start demanding that they change their account. Start demanding that they become inclusive. Like women feel excluded by your account, boss. Change your avatar. You know, put a shot outside. I don't fucking know. Just like, be more appealing. Just ridicule them. Like, if you ridicule them like that, they get very upset because, like, most activists want to be taken seriously, right? They don't want to. They don't want you to joke about it. This is like one of the reasons why the woke come after the jokes first. Like, you'll notice, you know, it's not just the woke. It's every authoritarian movement. The first thing that they ever do is they come after the comedians. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Lenin Revolution didn't start by shooting a clown or something. It is true, though. Like, they don't like being mocked. They don't like being ridiculed. So when you do that, they get very upset and they can't articulate why. And it's also true, to be honest. Like, it's not mockery. If you point out, it's like, look, you can't get a Twitter account with more than 500 followers, but you think you can lecture a corporation about what they should do in order to be more popular. And not only that, but you're going to lecture the guy, which is like the most influential person in the community, and you're going to tell him about how to be popular. No, shut up. Just shut up. Like, you got absolutely nothing to add. I'm sorry. It's like mute. If a company listens to these people, they're going to go bankrupt. They're going to be the ones that, instead of having 500 followers, they're going to have, like, only 500 customers. It's just simple math, you know? It is what it is. Let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.